Thank you for tuning in and thank you for supporting us. But if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please encourage us by doing so. Fulani governors. Shocking revelations about Igbo governors and their fight to stop Biafran restoration baffles the Sultan of Sokoto. They are betrayers, according to the Fulani Sultan. According to reports, Nigerian former Minister of Education under Olusegun Obasanjo's administration, Professor Fabian Osuji, lambasted the Fulani slave Anambra State Governor, Professor Charles Soludo, as the betrayer of Igbo nation over his senseless comment on P2B and Igbos. Professor Osuji said that Soludo's rise to fame was as a result from Igbo stakeholders, without whom he won't have risen to the pinnacle of his career. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu already knew and understand these evil and wicked Biafran politicians, and that was why he never trusted them with Biafra agitation struggle. These evil Igbo politicians went as far as conniving with Buhari impostor, an enemy of Biafra, to assassinate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu during a peace meeting with them at Enugu and his hometown in Afaruku Mahia, Abia State, in 2017. But GOVS did not allow their evil plots to succeed. Yet, they went as far as sponsoring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's kidnap, torture, and extraordinary rendition, and the illegal detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and now they are frustrating his release from the illegal detention at the criminal DSS facility. My brothers and my sisters, you can say that the Fulani Janjaweed and the Biafran governors are the ones causing the whole problem. The former Minister of Education under Olusegun Obasanjo administration, Professor Fabian Osuji, has said that the useless governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Soludo, stands on the presidential aspiration of ex-governor Peter Obi, amounts to a betrayal of Igbo nation. Soludo cannot claim to be self-made. People like them, that is Professor Fabian Osuji and the rest Biafrans, were responsible, participated in making him. According to Professor Osuji, he said that he was the pro-chancellor and chairman of the University of Nigeria when Soludo's paper came for approval for his professorship. And he, Professor Osuji, could have found reason to withhold or deny assent, but they put him out and praised his work that made President Olusegun Obasanjo appoint him economic advisor without hesitation. 3 years later, three of them, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Obi Ezekwesili, and Professor Osuji, were attending a conference in Brussels when President Obasanjo called Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, who was finance minister, to ask for nomination of governor of Central Bank. And they gave an unanimous vote for Professor Soludo. They gave him an unanimous vote. As Igbo, they were proud to support their own. He was not, that is, Soludo was not the sole candidate, but Obasanjo gave him the position. Everyone rejoiced, and that was the power of brotherhood. Years later, according to Professor Osuji, he cannot imagine the same Soludo who benefited resoundingly from Igbo support to being the one pulling down his own brother, Peter Obi, who is enjoying overwhelming support elsewhere. Professor Osuji said that he's truly ashamed of Soludo. He further urged Igbo people everywhere in the world not to allow Professor Soludo to get away with his present actions and inactions. My brothers and my sisters, you can see the reason why the Fulani selection process called election is a fraud. It's a fraud. The only solution to all this is Biafra. Because all these useless Igbo politicians, Biafran politicians, are all under the payroll of Fulani Janjaweed. Frank Edoho, a Biafran from Igodomigodo, blasted the Fulani slave governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Soludo, and other Southeast politicians for attacking Peter Obi when they are supposed to be rallying around and supporting as the only Igbo man in the race for Nigerian presidency. Soludo is one of the arching professors we have in the academic environment, and we can never take him serious. Soludo was reported to be one of the worst central bank governor ever, and is presently working for the Fulani Janjaweed and preparing the ground to decamp to the Fulani Janjaweed party with ABGA mandate. Majority of the Yoruba and Fulani politicians despise Tinubu and Atiku, but you will never hear them attacking or criticizing their own. Igbo politicians are enemies of Igbo race. Instead of supporting and clamoring for Peter Obi like the Yoruba and Fulani people do with their candidates, they look for ways to disrupt, thwart, and pull him down. This is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no respect for these selfish Fulani slave Igbo politicians. That was why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not consult with Igbo/Biafran politicians first before he started the Biafran restoration struggle, because Igbo and Biafran politicians are all saboteurs and backstabbers that would do anything to please their Fulani slave masters in exchange for power and money. Ohaneze ndị Igbo worldwide blasted Soludo over his careless comments about Peter Obi, and they have taken Soludo's name before two famous divinity and deities, Nimbise and Arochukwu. This is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB warned Biafrans about the dirty, murky waters of Nigerian politics and the Fulani fraudulent selection process called Nigerian elections. Biafra is the only solution to our freedom. The Fulani fraudulent election is like a thief in the night that comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy, because they will do anything within their powers to ensure that the Fulani remains in power in the zoo called Nigeria. The Fulani Janjaweed has their eyes on our ancestral land, and that is what they are fighting for. And they are using the enemies of Biafrans, who are also Biafrans, to achieve their plans. But they have failed, because Biafra is ץukwu-okike-Abiama's divine mandate that must surely come to pass. My brothers and my sisters, thank you for watching this video, and bye-bye for now. And God bless Biafra. Ise.